Welcome to the So Fuck It podcast. This is episode 5, and I've got great news. So I am just going to lay low and kind of do everything in the back end of things. And I am going to promote Jimi Diesel. He's been doing such a great job and really interacting so well with the guests. I'm going to invite him to be the permanent host of So Fuck It podcast. Jimi, you are now host, and I'm so excited. I want you to take over the podcast here with this episode on episode 5. This is going to be a tearjerker. I've got such a wonderful guest for you, Ace here, and this is going to be one to remember. Welcome, host Jimi, to the stage.
Soph, I am so thankful that we met. I know I say it every time, but I am. I really am. You're a gracious host, and I hope I do you justice. So, with that, I do take the reins, and welcome to the So Fuck It podcast with me, Jimi Diesel. This is a safe place where you can break down the barriers and talk openly about the challenges we face, from battling anxiety and overcoming societal pressures. We're here to have real conversations and support each other. Let's dive in and start the journey towards better mental well being together. So, today, from what I've been told, we have an outstanding special guest. And I don't really know how to introduce him. Mr. Coyle, welcome to the show. And I'm going to pass the mic to you, sir. Entertain us.
Well, thanks for the introduction there. Literally, where to begin? So I am a bereaved father. I lost an 18-month-old in 2020. Um, Struggled with substance abuse, mental health issues, and stuff for about as long as I can remember. Um, Sorry, I'm real new to this.
No, take your time, bud. No, but this is off the cuff, man. So go ahead.
Um, so literally, a lot of what's kind of been I've been dealing with my PTSD and stuff here recently also. Um,
Were you in the
and
service, Alan?
I was not.
Okay.
Um, Parents
So,
were
yeah.
like my dad is, um,
Okay.
but mine is actually from watching my daughter die.
Understood. My heart goes out to you, man.
She had what they call aorta esophageal fistula. Her aorta actually hemorrhaged in through her esophagus, and she bled out in seconds.
Wow.
Um, what we thought was a seizure was when the hemorrhage actually happened. Her mom started to carry her into the living room. I was on the phone with 911 when she had noticed blood coming from either her nose or mouth. And when she noticed that, she went to give her a hug to try and
Mm-hmm.
comfort her. And when she did, it collapsed her lungs, and all the blood that had filled up actually came out of her nose and mouth and covered her and her mom.
Oh my God.
Which I was actually on the phone with 911 when this actually happened, and I immediately told the dispatcher, I was like, my daughter's dead. And he was like, no, sir. And he's like, she's just rebooting. She might have bit her tongue. That's why there's a little bit of blood.
Mm.
And I was like, that's not a little bit of blood. Um, because, hold on. Sorry about that.
You're fine, buddy. You're fine. Take your time.
Um, but, so when she hugged her, the blood literally came out her nose and mouth. And that initial rush you get whenever you turn your sink on and the
Yeah.
water hits, that is what
Yes.
it sounded like when the blood hit the couch and the floor.
Oh my God.
In that moment, I looked into my daughter's eyes and I could tell she wasn't there.
Well, let me let me ask you something real quick, there, Alan. At that point, when you realized that she was gone, what can you describe? You know, what went through your head? Like, did anything go through your head? I mean,
I
I
didn't
don't.
want to believe it.
Yeah, I can I
I
can
didn't want to
imagine.
believe it.
Jesus, man, that's something that no parent ever wants to go through, man. And you're dealing with it. How are you coping with it? Are you coping with it? Like, what are some of the things that you do on a day to day basis to get your ass through the day?
Honestly, she still makes her appearance. I have
Good.
found so many little feathers ever since she passed away, and in places that they should have never been.
Wow. So,
Um,
I don't know. Do you believe in a higher power and God,
I
Alan?
do.
Okay. So, with your experience with that specifically, with your daughter, what is it coincidental, or do you think that she's reaching out to you to let you know that she's still around?
Um, I don't know if it's more her reaching out or
Okay.
as much as, just letting me know she's still there.
Right. Okay. Okay.
Um, which after everything happened, I definitely really started to question my faith
I
big time.
can imagine. Yeah.
Um, I mean, literally, you've got an 18-month-old that's literally been doing absolutely amazing. The only time she was sick was we had a landlord who was his son was living above us, and they had a water leak in the bathroom.
Okay.
Well, it was leaking down onto our floor.
Hmm.
I proceeded to call the landlord multiple times about it. It never got fixed until one evening it literally collapsed the ceiling.
Golly. I hope
And when
nobody
it did,
there.
no, but there
Okay.
was black mold everywhere.
Yeah, that's some really bad shit right there. Damn.
So I immediately sealed that room off with plastic, everything double-sided tape. That way nobody could get in there or anything could really get out of there. But I don't think I got to it quick enough because like I wasn't prepared. And we all ended up sick for 2 weeks, which it was during COVID. So it was if you can keep her fever below this, there's no point in bringing her into the hospital,
Right.
this, that, and the other.
Yeah, if
Well,
she doesn't
those
have
2 weeks
COVID,
were rough.
yeah, I can imagine, dude. I can imagine.
Um, got through those 2 weeks. She started to feel better. She started eating again. Everything was
Cool.
starting to seem like on the up and up. And it was 2 weeks and 3 days after.
God bless. Oh man. And how long ago did this happen, Alan?
2020.
2020. So you're what, 5.5 years, 5 years past this. I
Yeah,
imagine you're still going through it,
it was
but
in November. Um, I, up until just recently, was 3 years sober.
nobody can blame you for that. But I don't think anybody
And
out there for that.
my PTSD kind of came back with a little bit more of a vengeance and has kind of switched from my daughter that passed away to my little one that is alive now.
Okay, explain to us what do you mean by that?
So it got to the point where every time I was going to sleep, I was watching my little one who is still alive, and just turned 3. Um, I I have now been watching her die the same
Oh,
way
Jesus
in a
Christ.
completely different setting,
And this was every time you closed your eyes or went to sleep or tried to go to sleep?
pretty much.
Jesus. How are you not in the loony bin right now, bro?
Because that little girl that is laying in bed right now needs me.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's where you get your strength from. That's fantastic. Man, yeah, I wasn't ready for this one. God bless. Please continue.
Um, which I work typically 4 days a week, which I actually might be losing my job. Uh, had a no call, no show, and with it being my second one, the company policy is pretty much just there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Yeah,
Which I mean, I completely understand. It's just shitty timing.
timing. Yeah,
Um, because my
inopportune.
daughter would have turned 6 on the 29th, and I missed on the 28th.
Mm.
But
Well, man, God bless.
so it's a lot going
Yeah.
on right now.
Oh, yeah. Of course. They say that these bad things that happen to people come in threes, man. From what I understand, and I've come to think that they're correct on that. So you got
I don't
another one,
want to
or are you just two right now? Because I want you to get through this, brother. Anything I can do to help you, you just let me know.
know. Honestly, I'm scared to even want to know.
Yeah, no, that you you couldn't be more right about that, my friend. Yeah. So
Which one of the worst things that happened was okay. So my daughter passed away. It was November 8th of 2020. I went to
okay,
jail November 11th, 2020.
bro. So you're incarcerated now with those intrusive thoughts, and you can. Oh man, wow. How long
Um,
have you been?
I so the day after my daughter died, we literally left. Me and my baby's mom actually spent the night in the house. Our oldest was, well, her oldest, I say ours because literally, if
Yeah,
Ohio would allow you to a single parent adopt, she would already been adopted.
understand.
Um, but literally, since they don't, um, she was there when it happened too. So like after they left to go to the hospital, um, I went down in the basement and actually made the phone calls to family members trying to get somebody over to, you know, take care of the oldest so I could get up to the hospital,
Right, of course.
which she knew about my warrants. Um, and I never hid anything from her. I mean, she's getting up there and old enough to understand and everything like that. And I didn't want her to just be blindsided by it.
That, that in my experience, man, that was the best thing you could do because I do the same thing with my 15-year-old. So yes, I
Yeah.
understand where you're coming from, man. You made the right call.
Um, but in the meantime, while I was making phone calls, the cops had showed up. They were knocking on my front door.
Yeah,
They had turned my front porch camera away from the door, and actually even cut the wire to it, um, thinking that I was trying to hide stuff or whatever. I
right.
don't know. Um, which I ended up stuck on my front porch with the oldest for 4.5 hours while
Just
crime
sitting
scene came in and the cops would not tell me whether my daughter was okay. They kept telling me, we'll let you know as soon as we find out.
there. I
Um,
don't understand people that can do that in a situation like that. Yeah, okay, I'm a criminal or whatever. I'm wanted, but this is a different situation. They have
Yeah.
no heart.
Well, I mean, in the same sense, I understand why they were doing that because there are some parents out there that are shouldn't be parents.
That's true too. Yeah,
Um,
that's
and it didn't look good. Like, I mean, the blood that was covering her and her mom did not look good at all. Um,
man.
but the reason they were there was because she was dead on arrival.
Yeah,
So the fact that they couldn't give me that information as to when they were there really killed me. Especially once
yeah,
I
that
found out
is not
while they were there.
the worst. Yeah,
Um, so fast forward 3 days later, um, I end up getting pulled over. Cop even told me, he's like, man, he goes, if honestly you didn't have this felony warrant, like I had a misdemeanor warrant and a felony warrant, and he was like, literally, if this felony wasn't there, he's like, bro, I would honestly just let you go. He's like,
yeah,
but they want you. I
right.
understand.
But
I had a
listen,
fungal infection underneath one of my fingernails. Um, After telling them that I was potentially sick for those 2 weeks, they were afraid of COVID. They put me in a single man cell. I was on lockdown for quarantine, 23 and a half hours every day.
yeah, that's just what somebody that's going through something like that you need. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Lord have
Well, they gave me
mercy.
a little
I
activity book, but no pencil or pen or anything to do with anything with it.
Alan, really, when I say this, I'm not joking at all. I'm being completely sincere. I really don't know how I'm talking to you right now, bro. Like, I understand why you're here still. I get it, and that's wonderful, man. eh, Incredible. Mm,
Sometimes you just gotta dig deep. I feel like I've honestly got a purpose on this earth, and I'm hoping that I'm fulfilling it.
man, I'm elated to hear you say that, man. That's fantastic. I think that's the number one thing that really subdues most guys and lets them succumb to it is not having a purpose, no matter what it may be. Um, I'm super stoked to hear you say that, man.
I mean, you can let anything tear you down. It's just how are you gonna build yourself back up?
Right, right. When you do that build back, you gotta come back stronger. Um,
Yeah. Which I'll tell you
and
right now, that's a hard one to come back from.
I honestly, bro, I don't know if I could do it, man. I really don't think that I could do what you're doing right now. I don't think I could do it. So, mad props to you, man. All the love in the world goes out to you. And like I said, if there's anything that we can do to help you, you just got to reach out and let us know, man. We'll do everything we
For
can
sure.
for you.
And I appreciate that. Um, like I do know, um, working on getting back into therapy and stuff like that. The last therapist I had wanted to do ketamine therapy.
Oh,
Um, but like with my job and stuff, they wouldn't cover it insurance wise, and you got random drug tests and stuff like that. The last thing I wanted to do was turn lose my job because of something that was possibly going to help me. Um, so I kind of just put it off.
yeah. Well, do you have
But
plans to get onto some type of treatment like that, some drug treatment to help you with this?
yes. Um, Now, as far as drug treatment goes, kind of try to do it without drugs, as far as like mood stabilizers or anything like that, because when I was locked up, they put me on Zoloft
Right.
and proceeded to release me from jail without my Zoloft.
Oh,
Um,
that's great.
of course, they released me on April 28th, and her birthday was the 29th. So I'm going through the full withdrawals on her
Yeah,
birthday.
that's wonderful. Lord,
Um,
you're a strong individual, buddy. I just got to tell you that right
that
now,
night,
man.
that night, if it wasn't for my baby's mom, I wouldn't be here. I She had left to go to the store. Um, I finally laid down, and it was like probably 7:45 at night.
Hmm.
Finally laid down. I curled up, passed out, and had a PTSD episode where I literally watched the baby die and stuff. And literally, I proceeded to tie a noose and actually go into the basement and proceed to try to hang myself. Um, as I was starting to get ready to put the noose around my neck, I heard her walk through the door. She came down the steps and found me and proceeded to cut the noose down,
God bless her.
which I immediately collapsed. And she sat there and held me for probably a good 30 minutes before I could move after that.
Man, I'm lost for words, bro.
It's been hell. Honestly, that whole situation was complete and utter hell.
Of course. I mean, there can't be any other way to describe it, man. Uh, I mean, shit, you're going through it still, and you may very well go through it for the rest of your life, man. I just I I pray that the young one just keeps you focused, man. Um, and I know it will. I know it will. You
Well,
sound like you got your head. Um,
she's my
I
little
mean,
angel.
that's that's fantastic, man. I love to hear that. Um,
It was definitely hard when she was born, though, because her and her sister look borderline identical. The only
oh my,
was eye color and
yeah.
just a little bit different style. Like their hair was just a little different.
So they're like separated fraternal twins. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Um, Facial features,
Amazing how.
everything.
Well, I mean, you believe in God. What do you think that tells you? You know, like, mm, 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 man. What? I don't know where to go with this, bro. Like, do you have more to talk about?
I've got a lot more.
Okay. Well,
Um, so
brother.
everything kind of first initially started going to shit with my life when I moved to Ohio. I moved up here in 2010 from Georgia, um, and was constantly drinking, drugging, um, just partying nonstop. Um, and I had a lot of friends that would come over. We either have a party at my place or somewhere back in the woods or just anywhere, honestly. Um,
Right. The good old
we,
days.
oh yes, back when, it wasn't nearly as deep on the police and everything just going south really quick.
Yeah.
Um, but
I feel that, bro. I feel that.
you could go hit a country road and sit there and park and drink a couple beers, and if the cops did roll up, they'd just make sure everybody's okay and tell you to be careful going home.
Yeah. Yeah. Sounds a
Um,
lot like places around here too.
um, we had a party back in the woods. Um, we had been snorting cocaine, smoking weed, drinking, and me and two of my buddies were literally driving down the road, still drinking, breaking out lines, and we were going through this little town, and this little kid literally proceeded to step out between two vehicles as we were passing, and we made
Oh,
contact.
dear. Oh my God. Who's were you driving?
I was in the middle.
Okay.
My
This is a
one buddy
truck.
was driving. Yes.
Okay.
Um,
God
my other
damn.
buddy in the passenger seat. I literally proceeded to look at both of them and said, "We've got a choice to make right here
Yep.
between the three of us." I said, "We either sit right here and we make a phone call and we all go." And it was early enough that there wasn't nobody outside. There was nobody that had really heard it because you would have seen a porch light, a room light turn on. It was still dark as could be out there in the country.
So you're telling me that you guys could have just bolted and been gone, and nobody would have known any better.
Nope. And
Well,
that's
what did you?
exactly what we did.
Oh my gosh.
Um,
Oh man.
which it made the news, everything.
How how did it feel listening to that come across the TV?
Uh, so much guilt, so much shame.
Yeah.
Um, just wanting to talk to somebody about it, but knowing that we could
Yeah.
only talk to each other about it
Mm,
really made it hard.
I, yeah. God bless, man.
Because you would have one that didn't want to talk about it at all,
Right.
and two of us that would be really struggling, and then there would be moments where two of us did want to talk about it, and the one would just kind of be going through it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Nobody was ever in like total sync with each other on it. Yeah. That's. Oh man.
I 2 months later proceeded to get in the shower. I heard my phone ring while I was in there, but didn't think anything of it. I was like, if it's important, they'll leave me a voicemail and I'll call them back as soon as I get out.
Yeah, of course.
Um, I finally get out of the shower and seen that it was my buddy who was the driver. And he literally proceeded to, in a voicemail, tell me how he couldn't handle it anymore.
Oh, fuck.
And he had also just found out his girlfriend had been cheating on him and everything.
Jesus Christ.
So I knew his parents were on vacation. I tried to call him back, no answer. So I drove over to his house to proceed to find him upstairs in his room after he put a slug through it.
Mm. Uh, uh, What? Please tell us what went through your head the moment you realized he was gone. Like at that point.
Oh, I immediately got on the phone, called 911, and then had to explain to his parents exactly what happened.
Fuck. Like the whole thing.
I did not explain the whole thing. I did explain to them, you know, about finding him dead. Um, I did kind of leave the accident part out at first.
At first.
Um, After that, we proceeded to do the funeral. Got done with the funeral. We were having, between all of us, we were still kids
How
at the
old were you?
time. I mean, 18.
18. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Um, so, kids.
Yeah.
We had a big, celebration of life
Right.
out in the woods. And we get done with the celebration of life. And my buddy that was in the passenger seat the night of the accident, he his house was on the way to my place. So I was like, look, I'll just follow you. And then once you pull in your driveway, I'll continue on home.
Right. You're just making sure he gets home safely. Okay.
Yep. Um, well, we get through an S curve and I start noticing him pick up speed and pulling away from me.
Oh shit.
I look down at my phone and he's calling me.
Oh no.
I answer and he's like, I just can't do it. It's like, bro, don't do this to me. It's like, not right now. Like, come on. He proceeded to get up to
Oh
about 95 and swerve and hit a 6 foot diameter oak tree
Jesus Christ.
and went through the windshield.
Bro. My God.
So yet again, I am stuck making that phone call,
Jesus, man. Yeah.
which the cops showed up. They literally made me sit in the passenger seat and drove me home.
Yeah. Well, that was. You
Didn't
think that?
charge me with anything. Like it was the same cops that showed up to the first one.
Oh fuck. Mm. So you've lost two of your closest friends, and you're left dealing with the situation.
Yes.
So what do you do? What's next?
I wrote a letter to the family.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, good
I
on you.
told them every detail of that night leading up to exactly what happened after. I gave them my name, I gave them my address,
That took
anything and everything. I said, look, I was there. I'm just as guilty as anybody else that was in that vehicle that night.
that takes a lot of strength, bro. That takes a lot of balls to do that, man. Like, okay, so you sent him the letter. What did the family have to say? Did they reply?
They did. They informed me that they weren't going to turn me in, that I'd had enough loss. They
Wow.
appreciated the closure.
Wow.
Um, they even took part of the guilt for it even happening.
What? What was their reasoning behind that?
So their son was a sleepwalker,
Oh my god, dude. Wow.
and that's why he was outside.
Wow. Talk about unfortunate events. Jesus Christ. Ugh.
Um,
Okay, so how did that make you feel when you got their reply?
uh, kind of relieved, but in the same sense, I still kind of burden that guilt.
Yeah.
But they did sit there and tell me that like um, to try to live my life for their son, and
Oh, man.
I've had my ups and downs where I might be doing something right, but then I also feel like I'm doing wrong. Um,
Bro, let me be the first one to tell you, man, you're not the only one that feels that way, man. It's the little victories that count, right? It's the little ones that keep you going and make you strive to do better every day. And yeah, I mean, one saying that I'll always remember, I had a buddy of mine tell me this, is a master at anything has failed more than you've even attempted. So we're all human, man. We make mistakes and we're not perfect, but one foot in front of the other, my man.
so you can do.
Yep. Golly.
Um, so after that, I just kind of started using a little heavier, and like I've always been the kind of person that like once I started to notice that myself was losing control,
Hmm.
I could reel myself back in.
Okay.
I would take the necessary steps to get myself sober. Um, I'd go through like periods where I would be completely clean, and then something would trigger me to just kind of go for that coping mechanism of this would help me in this situation to, just kind of get through
Yeah.
the uncomfortableness.
I think that's exactly what we all do, bro. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
And that's why we use.
Yeah. Yep.
Um,
Definitely can relate.
like I even told a probation officer, she was like, you have all the tools that you need out there to get yourself clean and sober because I had failed multiple drug tests. And I said, let me ask you. I said, do you have kids? She said, no. I said, have you ever lost anybody close to you? She said, well, I mean, I lost family members, but I was younger. I said, so you can't sit here and tell me what you would do in my situation.
Hmm.
You've not been through it.
Right.
You've not faced that kind of adversity, that kind of struggle, that kind of mental just, I need something to get my mind out of where it's at.
Yep.
It's a dark place,
You're right.
and I don't want to be there.
And how can they put somebody like that doesn't have that experience and that knowledge about certain situations and dark places like that be in charge of somebody who is?
They read a book.
Yeah. Well, they're all experts that write those books, man.
Yeah.
Hmm. Sure.
But I also was locked up and got told by the head of the probation department that I was using my daughter's death as an excuse to continue my addiction.
Ugh, that's
Had I not been locked up in county during that, probably wouldn't have felt or took that as what it was. When she first said it, I got offended.
right.
I went back to my rack and actually thought about it. Would my daughter really be happy of me sitting here using meth every day just to sit there and be able to move or do anything for her?
And what was the answer?
Mm-mm. She wouldn't want to see me doing this.
So that anger or that resentment towards the guard, what happened after that when you realized it and thought about it?
A- After I completed probation, I literally walked up to her and I shook her hand and told her I appreciate it because literally I needed that push.
That's great. Sometimes that's all it takes, man, is just that gentle, nudge. Maybe not so gentle the way she came
I'll tell
across.
you what, my grandma pushed her over the edge though. So the way she kind of pushed me was probably a little warranted. Um,
Yeah.
Literally, my grandma proceeded to tell her that that's why cops get a bad rap these days. She's like, "Well, I'm not a cop." She's like, "Well, you're not a doctor either." She's trying to tell me what my grandson needs,
Fucking grannies, man. Gotta love them.
and I wish
Man,
she was still around too. She literally passed the year after.
damn, bro.
She passed the year after. My uncle was a year after her. And the most recent family death was my brother's wife, my sister-in-law.
Lord have mercy, man.
Yeah. When it comes down to family members up here, I'm the last one. So,
Oh my gosh. Bro, I don't mean to joke about this or anything. Please tell me that you have some joy in your life. I know, but besides the little one, of course, that one
oh, I
gives you the
do.
of course.
I mean, the little one was definitely a joy. Um, I played sports and stuff all through high school and growing up, and just I look back and I got pictures and stuff like that of me with my great grandparents. A lot of people can't even say they got to see their great grandparents.
That, I'm included in that. You're right. You are lucky.
Um, I got to spend multiple years with my great grandparents. In fact, that's part of the reason I moved up here.
Wow.
Family members wanted to put them in a retirement home, and that just, no, that did not sit right with me.
Right.
Um, Moved up here to take care of family, and I mean, family's always been huge for me,
Likewise. I understand that 100%.
but family don't always have to be blood.
This is true, my friend. Soph said I was going to like you, man, and she was damn sure right about that, dude. I have the same viewpoints as you on a lot of topics, man. Hmm. Ugh. Just keep talking, man. I don't know. This is the most interesting interview, I guess you could say, that we've ever done, man. And I don't know what we're looking for time constraints, but if you don't finish or you have more to say, man, I would love to have you back on.
Um, like, I do know I am planning on here once I get myself back to where I need to be. I do
Mhm.
want to start my own landscaping and tree business where I hire predominantly um, nothing but like recovering addicts and people with felonies who are not getting a chance
Fucking right on,
to
brother.
get a good job. When my lowest paid employee will not make anything less than what I make.
Dude, salt of the earth, my friend. That is a fantastic idea, bro. That's a
Um,
fantastic idea.
they definitely need a shot
Yes,
when nobody's giving them anything.
exactly. My father owned a printing company for years and years and years, and my dad was like, I don't have a problem hiring felons. No big deal. I mean, what are you going to do? Not hire them so they're going to go back to the life that they were leading before and go back to jail? Like, no, no, absolutely not. You got to give the guys a chance, man. Just like you say, that's
for sure.
admirable.
Um, which it's gonna take me a minute to get back to where I was. 2020 definitely hurt, and I'm just slowly putting pieces together. Um,
Take all the time
but
you need to put those pieces together, man. You're doing it.
definitely need to get it to the point where I'm able to help others. I've helped, like, I've got a friend that my oh, my goddaughter, she
Mhm.
actually passed away at 2 from leukemia. Me and her dad used constantly together, and he was going on 4 years sober when she passed, and I have
Wow.
now kept him sober for 7.
Good for
Um,
you, bro.
just
Bravo.
helping him navigate that whole loss of a child. Um,
Yeah.
which, if anybody um, would like, I do have a VC in It's Discord. If anybody needs to reach out or need somebody to talk to, feel free anytime. If I'm if I have access to my phone when my 3-year old is not trying to take it and run and watch YouTube, um, I have no issues grabbing it and answering and helping somebody.
Man, that's great. I'm glad to hear you say that. Guys, take him up on his offer, just like mine, just like Soph's offer. We're there 24/7, man. If we can answer it, we're gonna answer it for you, and we're gonna help you through the situation. Anything that we can do, we're gonna be there for you. Just reach out.
For sure.
Man, Alan, are you I dare ask, are you good for the day, my friend?
I am. I I need to sit there and do a couple things before I lay down to sit there and finish out the night.
Okay. Well, look, dude, it was a pleasure meeting you. It was an honor to speak with you and allow you to share your story, man. And I want to get with you offline, bro, and just like have a conversation about you, man, and get to know you a little better because there's a lot of things that you align with me on, man. And I just you're interesting as fuck to me, bro, and I'd like to get to know you a little better, man.
Awesome. Appreciate it. Like I said, feel free to just reach out.
Okay, guys, you heard the man. And with that, um, this has been
We are
Alan Cole.
still waiting for Tony's music to get sent in. So if you want to elaborate just a little bit more, let me get this loaded onto my computer and I can actually play his spinning through the through the pod beam here. So if you could do that for me, that would be
Please
awesome.
give me
And
a moment.
Ace, I want to tell you I love you. I'm here if you ever need me. Um, keep on keeping on.
Appreciate it.
I like that little reference there. That was good, man. um, do you have anything you want to add? I got one last thing that we'd like to get across to the people here, to the listeners. Um, so if you don't have anything further, Alan,
I do not. Not right this second.
brother, like I said, man, it's been a great pleasure to have you on. Thank you so much for having the strength and the fortitude to come on and share your story, man. I was not prepared for it. I tell you that. I'm grateful to have met you, and I look forward to many more conversations with you, my friend.
For sure.
Thanks again. Okay, guys.
Um,
Like This is the realest corner of the internet where you say things that others are too scared to say and tackle the issues they'd rather ignore. I'm your host, Jimmy Diesel, and here we don't sugarcoat the truth. We spit it out raw, real, and respectfully. Today, we've dived into one of the most uh, difficult um, interviews that we've had so far, but the most interesting. And we definitely appreciate Alan coming on and allowing us to become a part of his story. A lot of us out there use drugs and abuse it, and most importantly, we just got to be honest with ourselves about it. People do use drugs, but not everyone gets the information, support, or resources they need to stay safe, healthy, and alive. That's where we come in. This podcast supports harm reduction, no judgment. That means we believe in things like safe consumption practices, access to clean supplies, overdose prevention through naloxone, and connecting with people with real help, not just a punishment, because everyone deserves compassion and dignity, no matter where they are on their journey. If you're someone you love, needs support, check out these resources: Substance Abuse Mental Health Services Administration. We'll post the phone number on there. They're there for 24/7 confidential help in English as well as Espanol. Never use alone. We'll post their number as well. If you're using, don't use it alone. Call someone, and someone will stay with you on the line while you do your drugs. Um, National Harm Reduction Coalition at harmreduction.org. They give you education and tools and advocacy, because knowing better can help us do better. And now, to help us unpack all of this from from all this stuff that we've listened to today, we're going to go ahead and throw you some music by our gracious DJ Tony Crave. I think we have Tony
We
queued up.
do have Tony, and I am still he sent me a wave file, and I need an MP3. He is still working on that. But Jimmy, thank you. Wonderful ending segment there. But while we're waiting on Tony here, would you care to go ahead and explain to everyone again, just in case they haven't heard, what your point in this podcast is? What is your end game and goal of this podcast?
Okay. I thank you for asking it. That I seem to forget that sometimes, and I shouldn't, because that's the number one point of the show. So this is a majority men's mental health, because guys don't get the opportunity to talk too much about it, because we were raised to not be pussies, to not cry, not show our emotions. And we've kind of compartmentalized, a lot of us, a majority of us have, and nobody has really talked about it. Nobody has had the balls to come out and put it up on a pedestal and see what it is for what it is. And I want to, with your help and our guests' help, to bring all these things to light, um, where men are able and willing to show their emotions, to open up about certain topics that are taboo or whatnot. And my ultimate goal, and you have taken this on as well, and I really appreciate you for doing this. My ultimate goal is to keep one barrel out of one guy's mouth a day, and I have done my job. That's what we're here to do. We're here to help you out, to talk with you, to feel with you, to cry with you, to understand, to listen. Whatever you guys need from us, we're willing to provide it to you to the best of our ability, of course. Um, but your life is so precious, man. And yes, bad things come and bad things go. You got to find the joy in life somehow, some way. It's not the same
That's
for
right.
everyone.
Yep, absolutely. Jimmy, I want to thank you for taking on host while I do all the hard work in the background.
So
You've done
thank
a
you.
wonderful job. You always do a wonderful job. I think, and I think everyone that I've ever like, or that has ever listened to you says you've got a wonderful radio voice, and you do. You're a better speaker than I am, that's for sure. I go, mumble a lot, and nobody needs that. So, yeah,
Formal
I'm
training.
so excited. And I finally got that uploaded. So you are off the hook, Jimmy. Thank you again for being here. You're awesome. And guys, this actually lasts longer than I thought. Okay, that's way too long. But anyway, Jimmy has his phone number in So Fuck It on Discord. If you're not a part of that, if you are on Discord, you can look me up at Soph the OG, SOPHTHEOG, and the link to my server is in my bio. And you can join in. Jimmy left his phone number. Well, I've got his phone number posted in here in the podcast episodes channel under the category "Keeping Up with So Fuck It." You know, keeping up with the Kardashians, but instead it's So Fuck It. So fuck it,
We ain't
right?
even close to that.
Right? I was trying to come up with a clever name. But anyway, okay. So I'm not going to keep y'all waiting much longer. Now we have Tony Craves music and
Yeah.
give it a listen. And if you enjoy it, he has his own little DJ booth in my server. Again, add me on Discord, Soph the OG, if you're interested. And with that, we're going to play it. Jimmy, do you have anything to add to the end here?
Yes, I do. On the note about my phone number, give me a text first and let me know you're calling because I do not answer unknown calls. But if you text me and tell me, I'll put you in there and you can call me whenever you want. Love you guys. Stay safe out there.
Awesome. All right. And with that, here is Tony Craves spinning. Enjoy.
Can you tell me where the end is? Am I right back at the start? I need to know where the end is. I've never dropped down here so far. I don't know how I went so turned around. I'm lost without a clue. I just need to turn my night around. Because I'm lost here without you. I don't remember how I got here. And I forgot the way I came. I don't remember how I got here. And I don't think I'll ever feel the same. I don't remember. 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 Can you tell me where the end is? Am I right back at the start? Can you tell me where I'm going? I've never dropped down here so far. Life is a mystery. Everyone must stand alone. I hear you call my name, and it feels like home.